Good morning. Today is Friday, February 28th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. President Trump welcomes Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy to the White House today. They are supposed to sign a preliminary agreement on sharing Ukrainian critical minerals with the U.S. NPR's Franco Ordonez reports Trump insists this is a major step toward reaching a peace deal with Russia.
President Trump says the agreement will provide the U.S. access to minerals that are essential for aviation and defense technology. Trump also sees it as a chance for the U.S. to recoup some of the billions of dollars that U.S. taxpayers have spent helping Ukraine defend itself against the Russian invasion.
The progress toward peace will continue when President Zelenskyy visits the White House.
Speaking at a press conference with the British Prime Minister, Trump downplayed the need for future U.S. security guarantees that Ukraine is seeking. He has said, quote, "We'll have Europe do that." Trump also said he believes Russian President Vladimir Putin would respect the terms of any deal. Franco Ordonez, NPR News.
A federal judge in California has ordered a partial halt to the Trump administration's mass firings of federal workers. He says it's likely illegal. The lawsuit involves the layoffs of probationary employees. NPR's Andrea Hsu reports the suit was filed by labor unions and civic organizations such as small business or veterans groups.
Their attorney argued that the Trump administration, and specifically the Office of Personnel Management, violated the law by ordering federal agencies to fire their probationary employees en masse, telling them it was for performance reasons, which the plaintiff's attorney said was a lie. Probationary employees are typically those in their first or second year on the job, and tens of thousands of them were fired in recent weeks, told some version of, "You have not demonstrated that your continued employment is in the public interest."
NPR's Andrea Hsu reporting. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has been dismantling the U.S. Agency for International Development. The headquarters in Washington for USAID has been closed for weeks. NPR's Michelle Kellerman reports that yesterday, some workers were finally able to go in and clean out their desks.
Employees who have been fired or put on administrative leave were told to show up at the Ronald Reagan building at an appointed time and given 15 minutes to clear their desks. Former USAID Administrator Samantha Power was greeting them in the lobby.
The manner in which this is being done is the exact opposite of USAID's mission. USAID's mission is about elevating human dignity, and this is about trampling it at every turn.
She says the Trump administration has been moving fast in what she calls the ultimate shock and awe approach, not letting the courts and supporters of USAID on Capitol Hill to get their bearings. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the State Department.
FBI Director Kash Patel is suggesting the Bureau will form a partnership with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC. It's an apparent effort to enhance physical fitness at the FBI. NPR's Ryan Lucas reports UFC is a popular mixed martial arts fighting league, and it's run by a close supporter of President Trump.
FBI Director Kash Patel made the statement during a weekly call with the leaders of the Bureau's 55 field offices. A person familiar with the matter told NPR that Patel said the FBI will partner with the Ultimate Fighting Championship. The director did not provide any details on what any partnership between UFC and the FBI would entail. FBI agents are trained at the Academy in Quantico, Virginia, a course that includes intensive training in physical fitness and defensive tactics. The head of UFC is Dana White, who has close ties to President Trump. A UFC spokesperson says White knows Patel too, but that the company is unaware of any information regarding UFC and FBI training. Ryan Lucas, NPR News, Washington.
Trump administration officials are confirming 29 alleged members of Mexican drug cartels, including senior gang kingpins, are now in U.S. custody. Mexican officials transferred the individuals to the U.S. under growing pressure from President Trump to stop fentanyl and other drug trafficking. NPR's Brian Mann has more.
U.S. Justice Department officials say the 29 individuals face charges ranging from drug trafficking to murder and money laundering. They allegedly come from some of the top cartels, including Sinaloa and Jalisco Nueva Generacion. In a statement, U.S. Attorney General Pamela Bondi said, "We will prosecute these criminals to the fullest extent of the law." The Drug Enforcement Administration released a statement celebrating the capture of Rafael Caro Quintero. He He's considered a drug kingpin, and the DEA alleges he murdered a U.S. agent in 1985. Mexico transferred these individuals into U.S. custody as President Trump announced a new 25% tariff on Mexican goods that he linked to the country's role in street drug smuggling. Brian Mann, NPR News.
A grassroots movement is urging Americans not to shop today. NPR's Chandalise Duster reports on the boycott that's being called an economic blackout.
The People's Union USA says not to shop in store or online at major retailers for 24 hours. However, consumers are encouraged to shop at small businesses. Medicine, food, emergency supplies, and other essential items can be bought during the blackout. John Swartz, who started the movement, told supporters on Instagram Live that he hopes the boycott will help end federal income taxes, cap profits for corporations, and lead to equality for all.
This is our way of standing up and going, we are here. Do you see me and hear me? We have had enough, and we're not going to stop.
More blackouts are planned for next month, including against Amazon and Whole Foods. Chandalise Duster, NPR News.
The Islamic holy month of Ramadan is beginning with the sighting of the crescent moon. The start date can vary by country, but Ramadan is celebrated by Muslims worldwide with prayer and fasting. This is NPR.